Agent Romanoff. You miss me?
Oh yeah, Charles, we got ourselves an X-Men fan.
Captain.
Your Highness.
Captain, big fan, Spider-Man. Hey, everyone.
Tom Holland is not funny. Well, objectively. Actually, Tom Holland does something that a lot of actors and comedians are unable to do. It seems like Tom Holland has mastered the craft of being able to present his personality, confidence, and sense of humor and channel it through his casual interviews or acting moments that allow for a lot of different moments to come across in a more comedic tone, even if it's not an outright joke on the surface, like how a lot of comedians rely on presenting their comedy. Matter of fact, one of the reasons Tom Holland has grown in massive popularity is likely contributed to the fact that he doesn't overtly rely on traditional comedy in the sense of slapstick humor or trying to tell funny jokes, but instead he shares his light-hearted experiences or personality with some witty timing to create a friendly posture in media. And since, in a sense, Holland is king of showcasing his personality and awkwardness in a hilarious way, we thought we'd take a closer look at why Tom Holland is different from many of the other actors in Hollywood.
You know what I love? Mark Ruffalo and I are notoriously the worst secret keepers. So Marvel, yeah, did you not hear about him, like, live streaming the whole of Thor Ragnarok by accident?
Firstly, one thing that Tom Holland capitalizes a lot when he's in interviews is his storytelling ability, where he talks about his day-to-day life or a specific experience. On the surface, a lot of the times these stories might not have a strong punchline, but end up being a hilarious moment that a lot of fans really love, because he's able to capture the attention of others with strong eye contact, confidence in his storytelling, and some subtle but perfect timing to make a beat of the story come across as a punchline that works, even if it's not overtly a hilarious story to begin with. A great example is this interview from the Steve Colbert Show.
This film's called Spider-Man Far From Home, and I shot it like 20 minutes from my parents' house. It also meant they could nip to set, which wasn't so nice.
They could what to set?
Nip to set.
Oh, nip to set.
Like
okay.
nip and a bop. Nip and a bop. I'm just gonna pop in the shop. I'm gonna stop. I think it's actually pop. Everyone in England's going, he's an idiot.
As a joke, I suggested to Marvel that I should go to a high school undercover.
Right.
And it was completely a joke, and Marvel took it completely seriously. I guess they didn't get my British sarcasm.
Yeah, they do that.
And yeah, so the next thing I know, I was like, had a backpack with a pencil case on my way to Bronx School of Science.
Oh boy.
You can actually see another example of this when we saw Tom Holland talking a bit about how he saved Spider-Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe while he was drunk, back when Sony and Disney were at odds deciding how the rights to Spider-Man would be distributed for future movies.
And then my family and I went to the pub quiz.
Oh, like the night of trivia?
Yeah, like we're doing a quiz.
Okay.
And I'm like 3 pints in, right? Haven't eaten much. And I get a phone call from an unknown number. And I have a feeling, I'm like, I think this is Bob Iger. But I'm drunk. So anyway, so my dad's like, just take the call, you'll be fine.
Then, in another sense, we can see his awkward demeanor that often is associated with Tom Holland really come out whenever he's acting in character, or even in some sorts of interviews where things might be a little bit awkward, but he leans into it and plays it up almost as it's an intentional thing, which keeps it friendly and more relatable, where other people can kind of feel how he's feeling in that moment without it being uncomfortable or weird to look at. A great example is when he had to go undercover on social media, and the way he shows his personality and is reading and just keeps things upbeat and positive and occasionally cracks a small joke, it ends up landing better than it should just because of the general energy that he puts into his comedic tone.
Bromance we deserve. Spider-Man and Deadpool. Spider-Man and a Deadpool series. Wow, I can't read. I'm dyslexic, by the way, so this is stressing me out massively. There is already a bromance between Spider-Man and Mysterio. So I wouldn't want to break that up. Things are going really strong for Mysterio. What would be our stand name? Mysterio, man. Spiderio.
We can actually see this come through in another interview he did with BBC.
Dad always tells us off when we're playing golf. I get really angry on the golf course.
and he always tells me off. But I got a video the other day of him smashing his club into a tree without him knowing. So I can use that against him the next time I get upset. It is so fun. And then he realizes I'm filming him, so he can't be angry anymore, so he bursts out laughing.
And even when he's in a group setting, he definitely plays into other actors as well, letting them have the floor and complementing their senses of humor with his own. He doesn't try to make a funny one-off, he tries to have chemistry within the group that he's in, especially in these group interviews. We saw this when he was touring for Avengers Infinity War.
And I said, well guys, listen, if there's any way we can work around not cutting my hair because I don't want to jeopardize my work in London, they said, sure, we'll just make it that Spider-Man has really long hair. So in this film, I have the most ridiculously coiffed, stupid haircut of all time.
I was actually joking, but that is a lot revealed about your hair.
If in the I saw it in the trailer, I was like,
Generic
oh,
hair
that just looks ridiculous. I look like Prince Charming. I look like I've got some weird flowing...
There's an audience, there's a very big Disney audience that will like that.
And we even saw it more recently with the Spider-Man Far From Home cast.
And she sent me a video of how to do it. So essentially, I'm an old man.
So Zendaya, you do IT for the gang?
I'm also, that's my other job on this movie. No, it's true. It's really bad.
You think
it's
of
really
all people would know how to work the web, it would be Spider-Man, for God's sake.
You think?
What a burn.
Thank you.
What a burn.
There's even this moment, which was very prevalent during the promotional tour for the film, where he kind of had these moments with Jake Gyllenhaal and played off of each other very well.
Any of my interviews I did for this first Spider-Man movie, everyone always asks you, like, if you could work with one actor, who would it be? And I always say Ryan Reynolds, but Jake's like, you're a close second. No, I'm kidding, I would always say Jake.
And sometimes even in live situations when things just go weird or get really awkward, going with the flow of it is definitely one of the strengths that Tom Holland has. For instance, during a live stage event, his chair breaks and he just plays it off, and it ended up being a huge funny moment that a lot of people loved.
And we had shot the medium, or I think I shot the close-ups, and I was going to go back to a medium
I bet Tom Holland is one of those whiteys who claps when the plane lands.
What's interesting, though, is with Tom Holland being a younger actor, kind of thrusted into the mainstream with all of these television appearances, it seemed like Marvel wanted to pair Tom Holland up with Robert Downey Jr., who was a veteran in this field, and put a lot of interviews of those two together so that not only Tom Holland could kind of learn what it's like to be on a late night show or do these types of interviews, but also lean into Robert Downey Jr.'s sense of humor at times.
I was over the moon.
You were? Great. Okay.
Yeah, I loved it.
So you're not overly critical of yourself and your performance and all that stuff?
I loved it.
Robert, you have not seen it yet?
I have personally yet to see it. When can I...
You will see it when I'm ready for you to see it. Just take a minute.
The new blood, get used to it.
Don't worry about it, come on in. All access.
I give that a minute, bud.
Woo! And it really worked out in molding Tom Holland as a likable character or person on screen during interviews. And to this day, a lot of people still look to the father-son-like relationship that Tom Holland and Robert Downey Jr. still have it to this day, and a lot of people love it.
Problem is he's bum rushing us because I pulled a little stunt. What did I do?
He FaceTimed me in the middle of an interview.
Really?
He's never FaceTimed me ever once. Now it's become a bit of a thing.
Why are you answering your phone in the middle of an interview?
Because it's you.
Yeah,
if it was my mom, I'd be like, no. But it's Robert Downey Jr., so you're like, yeah, I'll see what's happening. Yeah, I feel like I've been playing Spider-Man in my bedroom since I was 5.
You actually posted a photo. This is you holding up, this is one of your Spider-Man shirts.
I think that is the first one. I think my lovely mum kept that, which I'm now super grateful for.
So what do you guys think of Tom Holland? Do you think he's funny in a traditional sense, or do you think that his personality is what really captures a lot of fans and why he works so well as Peter Parker and Spider-Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Let us know what you think in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe and notifications on for more videos like this uploaded every day of the week. That's it for today, though. We'll see you all next time with a brand new video.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Are you doing Batman?
Where is she?
Okay, that's not even the right cinematic universe.
Yes, it is.
No, it's definitely not.
You're wrong. It is. There's been crossovers. There has. I've seen them.
Tom, if you keep doing this, we're gonna get sued.
I'm about to.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
Hi.